Vincent, good morning.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning again.
How are you?
Yeah. Look, I'm really sorry. I apologise for accidentally dialing you this morning. It was what they call a pocket dial. It literally was a pocket dial.
Yes. Well, yes, I was asleep. So I was taken aback. And I went back to sleep. I was taken aback to sleep.
Aback, and look for me. What was because the phone was in my pocket because it was a pocket dial, and suddenly your voice came from my pocket, and I was so it kind of woke me up as well because I was asleep. You know, I just rolled over and it just pressed because you're on speed dial because you're one of my regular contacts, and you know, suddenly it was just like hello, and I'm like hello, and then you know, it was
really unexpected.
It was unexpected, and because I'm still, even though, well, he's you know Freud is, well, he's dead, obviously, but he's dead to me in a philosophical way, and we've discussed this in the previous session. My instinct when you said hello and then I was sort of half asleep. My instinct was to ask you, you know, what, you know, about your dreams, you know. But then I thought, no, we can't do that because we're not doing. And so the whole thing was just really. But listen, let's put that in. Let's just put that behind us. Let's just put that behind us because we're moving on. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm staring at your pixelated face. I'm sitting, and I haven't done self-harm.
Yes, I was going to... Yes.
I've got the gist of it now, haven't I?
Yes, no, that's good. And thank you for sending through the photo. I did want to... Self-harm is good. I did want to talk to you about the striking that you... but we'll come to that because you did talk a lot about striking. But now, I think now we can commence the session. So what do you have to bring to the session today?
Well, I'm going to reveal something personal because I have been under a fair bit of stress at work because of the striking and blah blah blah. And what I wanted to reveal was that when I do feel these moments of deep anxiety, I turn to this little mannequin thing that I carved when I was a child in woodwork. And it's just like a little figure with arms and legs, and I've sort of carved into it a little face, and I painted it blue, and I call it Blue Boy. And it's just little, it's kind of like, you know, the size of smaller than the palm of your hand. But I'll just, every now and then when I'm feeling really low, I'll pull it out, and I'll just sort of hold it, and it gives me consolation. Having done that, my partner saw me do that, and she tried to snatch it out of my hands.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
So if I can just recap, so you
Yes.
Oh, goodness. You pulled out your Blue Boy, and your partner snatched it out of your hands. Oh no, Vincent. Oh no. And so let's just come back to the harm and self. Oh no, Vincent. No, yes. but before we get on to that, can we just come back to the point you made earlier? I mean, that's all. That all sounds very serious, but I think we need to deal with with some more serious issues.
Yes.
Because in the previous few sessions, you talked a lot, and I've gone over my notes, and you stated repeatedly, and I noted, and I actually lost count at the number of times you talked about striking. There was a lot of references to striking. And it sort of made me worry because you've obviously, I think it sounds like you've moved on from the self-harm, or you're obviously wearing the right kind of shoes, and it doesn't sound like there's been any sort of coffee beans on the floor, and that kind of. You haven't mentioned walking into doors. We need to come back to the shadow, and I don't know if you've made any progress with the weight loss, and we talked about, but
yes.
These are all things obviously we can discuss, but the harm and
yes.
This, to some extent comes back to lasagna and the implements and the hostility that you obviously express towards your partner, and then all the references to striking. I'm just wondering, how much hostility there is, without even discussing the blue boy.
Well, that's what I mean. That's like the blue boy's there, and it's my consolation. But I think my partner wants to hide the blue boy. I think my partner is jealous of the blue boy.
The blue boy, and how does striking, sort of factor into that, into these feelings that you have?
Well, it's just a union directive.
Oh, I see. A union directive. Well, actually, that's a point that I wanted to come to. So it's very good that you bring that up. So you mentioned earlier on in our discussions that you're of Italian background.
Yes.
Yes, and look, I may have mentioned this, but I spent some time in Italy.
Yes.
Some time ago, I actually lived in Rome, well, on the outskirts of Rome, actually, in Ostia, which is like a beachside. And I know a little bit about the history, and I think so you would have grown up in an Italian family, and I know you have siblings.
Yes.
Obviously Catholic, lots of no contraception there, lots of kids. You said
lots of kids, no contraception, and a lot of striking.
A lot of striking. Well,
Yeah.
yes, and so the Italians, I know from a bit of reading and a bit of, they were sort of divided into sort of two camps, and there was no in betweens. There was the fascisti and the comunisti.
Yes.
There was the
yes.
And so which and both were prone to striking, but but for different reasons.
Yes.
But in both cases they were striking the other. Which of those was your family more in the camp of, if that kind of makes sense?
Well, I think my dad is fundamentally fascisti.
Okay.
And my mum was I can't go there.
Oh.
Does that rule still apply now that we're not
doing Freud? Well, look, it's up to you. Now that we've moved off Freud, I think it's really horses for courses. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think they were more fashionista.
They were fashionista. Oh, okay. So they were kind of great. So they were kind of somewhere in between. So La Bella Figura and the whole Silvio Berlusconi thing actually made a lot of sense. Or would have if your mother was alive, it would have made a lot more sense. But she as you said, she passed 30 years ago, so she didn't get to experience that whole thing. Fantastic. No. Look, that's a lot of insight, and that's really, really good. It's a lot for me to work with. But Vincent, unfortunately, our time is up. We will need to discuss next time we speak. There's been some more feedback on the gifted, not the gifted. I'm sorry, you're far from that. On the special ones.
Yes.
Special.
Oh, yes, the survey I did. That took ages.
Well,
Why did
yeah,
it take so long?
the follow up. Well, because you've now progressed to the next level. The special one's adult, and I've got some really good news. But we'll need to discuss that in the next session because our time is up. So, but I've got some really great news. But unfortunately, we do have to finish up now. So, but please, continue with your. Please don't strike anyone. But if you have to continue striking,
Yes.
maybe if we reframe it, maybe if I just say, look, please continue picketing. Is that better?
Picketing. I think picketing is better.
Yeah. Please continue picketing because if I encourage you to strike,
Yes.
you may do the wrong thing.
Yes.
Please don't strike. Please.
No. I will picket. Yes. All right. Well. Okay.
But also to be fair, don't pick it because if you pick it, it won't get any better. So maybe that's the wrong thing to say as well.
God, I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just really anxious about about Blue Boy, and I'm thinking I'm going to hide Blue Boy so that my partner doesn't find it.
Yeah, maybe put Blue Boy in a safe place, and just somewhere that only you know where they are.
Yes. All right, I'll do that. Okay.
All right, Vincent. All right, we'll take care and.
Thank you so much.
We'll speak soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.